Good evening, friends. Welcome to another session this evening. And as you know, we have two lovely ladies with us, Rabia Khan and Deepti Pinati. Welcome.
Thank you, Meena. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be on your show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking time, Rabia ji and Deepti. Viewers were waiting for you both to come.
Yes, we need to discuss this actually. There's a lot that we need to discuss among ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to find some solutions to long-lasting problems that have been haunting us.
Yeah. And people are not going to keep quiet. So that is one thing.
They should not.
We made it clear. Yeah, we made it very clear. Okay. So friends, just as in the Sushant's case, we bring out various doubtful facets of the investigation that's happening. Similarly, we are also looking at a case that is in courts and which will be explained further by Rabia Khan, which needs attention. So we will have frequent sessions with Jiah Khan's mother, Rabia Khan, a very brave soul, to elucidate the similarities and also the complete disinterest of the federal agency to speeden up the investigation. We are joined by the dynamic Deepti Pinati as well. And before we start the session, I would like to give you a brief news about Sachin Waze. The latest development on Sachin Waze, the Wazegate scandal as it is, the CBI on Friday said that it had recorded the statement of former Mumbai API Sachin Waze in the extortion racket. According to the CBI official, Waze's statement in the extortion case against former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh was recorded in Taloja Central Prison in Navi Mumbai. A team of the CBI quizzed Sachin Waze on Wednesday and Thursday based on the directions of the Bombay High Court. There were now, coming back to what we are discussing today. Friends, I'd like to say that there were many deaths before and after Sushant's death. Okay, so the first, I'll just list out the names, ladies. So this happened in 2020. I'll list out the names. It was Manmeet Garewal on May 15th, Sachin Kumar on May 15th, Prekshna Mehta, May 26th, Krish Kapoor on May 31, Disha Salian, June 8th, Agnes Lisa Smith, June 11th, Sushant Singh Rajput, as we know, June 13th night, Anandi Dhawan, June 14th, a Nepali minor girl on June 14th, Samir Bangra on June 14th. Steve Pinto is missing, so we don't know as of July 15th. Anupama Pathak, August 2. Samir Sharma on August 5th. Rohan Rai and his friends are missing. He came in an ad, we are not sure where they are. Akshat Utkarsh on September 27th. Sandeep Nahar on 15th February. Not only this, two caretakers, a guard, and a gym trainer were also found missing, and around 10 to 15 bankers, doctors who were closely known to SSR were also found dead. But none of this was published by the PRs. So these are all. Now returning to the Jiah Khan case. So here again, see what we are talking about, friends, is that her tracksuit, the tracksuit that she was wearing and the dupatta that Jiah was wearing that night when she died disappeared from her home and was never found. The investigators never submitted these as trial exhibits in the court. Many other things also happened. There was a planted suicide note, no forensics, no data recovery from her mobile. Everything was blank, bruises on the body, missing CCTV footage, and the police had convinced themselves straight away that it was a suicide. Was there an investigation at all? So, Rabia ji, could you just tell us about, all these missing things, these missing elements in the case? Yes.
Haji, first of all, the dupatta she was not wearing it. She was found, the dupatta was found around her neck that day, with which she was hanged.
Yeah.
And the tracksuit, yes, what she was wearing. We were alarmed when we saw the CCTV. The police was showing us next morning. And it was like I was asking the investigating officer, how do you know that there was a breakup? So she said that, the servant had brought the breakup flowers. Okay. So I said, there was no bouquet in the house. So how? So we saw it in CCTV. I said, we don't have CCTV. So she said, no, the building has got the CCTV. That's when we came to know that there is a CCTV in the building. So I said, show me. So she opened a computer. So that means that very night they had taken the CCTV footages, the whole hard drive, and went and downloaded on the computer. So she showed me, and that's when I was alarmed. I said, excuse me, she's wearing tracksuit and she was found in a nightie. How is it possible, somebody will have that mindset, oh, I should change my clothes, I should remove my makeup, have my shower, and then go and commit suicide? Where was the time and how? So I told my little daughter, go and find her tracksuit. So she couldn't find it. I said to the police officer, please find out from the duty officer who was here last night whether he has taken the tracksuit. And this IO was staring at my face and didn't say a word, didn't even call the police or anybody. I said, why are you looking at me? Why don't you call? Yeah, I will do it. Don't worry about it. So this is how I came to know that the tracksuit was missing.
See, then, yeah, please continue.
Meena ji, regarding this breakup, the breakup bouquet CBI charge sheet clearly says it was concocted by the police. Now, what had happened when we visited the ACP saying that this is a case of murder, sir, my daughter has been murdered. Oh, bring us something very strong evidence, for me to say to my authorities that this is a case of murder. Am I an investigating officer? Am I there who was collecting evidences on the crime scene? It is the police's job. How can I, when I am bringing the evidences that there is a broken lock, that there was a biometric lock, that there was a handle of the drawer broken, there was blood in the room. So I am bringing that, and still, the ACP was not alarmed. Now, this is the strategy that was already used by the police, that we have got to come up with a story. And the story was, oh, see, she loved him so much, and because he broke up the relationship, and that is why she went and committed suicide. Why did she not commit suicide then when he had, terminated her baby, when he forced her abortion, when he tortured her, when he beat her black and blue? Why did she not commit suicide then when she was thrown out of movies, if movie was the cause of depression? You understand me? But the police officer told me very categorically that, you see, this is my intellect. I wanted to punish the boy, so I created a story of a breakup. Okay, this is a police officer's story. What was Surat Pancholi's story? That CBI, in their charge sheet says, the psychological report says, he's hiding something at night. He's lying. His body language is weird. All these things. So when you're writing all these things, why are you not going deep?
Yeah, you're also, Rabia ji, I'll just interrupt you. See, very clearly you sent me, a chat between Jiah and her friend Nafiza, where it was very clear that Jiah wanted to travel abroad and study, and she wanted. So the affair was over, and she was very clear that he was very physical, and he almost broke her finger. Yes. So these things are all out in the open. So there's a lot of there's enough information for all this to be proven wrong, whatever the police have said.
But no, Meena ji, when we had filed a petition and we had put all the WhatsApp chats between him and her and friends, we collected what was Jiah's conversation with them. So that is the conversation we filed in a petition, and the judge said, in fact, to the police, that her finger was broken, and she mentioned that his temper is like a rage. Yeah. So somebody who has got such hot temper and rage definitely is abusive. And when I told CBI officer that he used to beat, and I shared all the information with them, they said, yeah, कोई एक मारता है, जो जिसको मारने की आदत होती है वो तो मार ही डालता है. अब इनके अपने words हैं. And when they came to London, the senior officer of CBI told me, yes, we know it is murder, but now we have got to find the ways how to get hold of the perpetrator and bring him to the court. Now that is their job, right? Yes. I had given everything what was in my
capacity
with me, that I gave it to them. I showed them. No, madam, we know that she was very happy and she had films and she had signed films and all like that. That's not the point.
Yeah. But here also, Yeah, here also, Raviji, see, I'd like to interrupt saying that, see, you have also shown us a conversation between Suraj and Jiah, where, Jiah is very polite and almost apologetic, and you can see a very aggressive Suraj, telling her that, see, do you think I'm jealous of you because you're getting films, So you can see that there's completely a non-compatibility between the pair. One is very intelligent and one is very dumb.
Meena ji, somebody who has got very strong mind can bear the pain, and somebody who's a coward can only inflict pain.
Yes, yes.
And this conversation is an alibi where Jiah had already gone. Jiah, he knew that Jiah's gone, and he was sending these messages. Right, these messages were on the top of Jiah's phone, which was in police's custody. Now, when police wanted to arrest him, they showed these conversation as alibi to the court, and they got him arrested. And when they wanted to release him, they removed this whole page from the application and got him released. Do you see how police plays the game?
See, in fact, Deepti, see, it's very clear that even in the Sushant case, okay, Sushant was wearing a certain dress when he was taken down, apparently, from the fan that he was hanging. Nobody has any images of that. This is what Siddharth Pithani said. Then after that, his dress changed. You will see in the photographs, the clothes that he's worn has changed. And then after that, also you see that a person who visits him is a makeup man of Bollywood. Okay, so why was a Bollywood makeup man also there? Was he there to dress the wounds that were there on his body? Now, see, just like Rabia ji said, see, they wanted to make a script around this, saying, talking about the emotional tie between, Suraj and Jiah. Here also, what they tried to show that he was undergoing depression, and Ria was the one who was scared of him because he was suddenly speaking about voices in his head. And Mahesh Bhatt was telling her that he's going the Parveen Babi way. He and Mukesh Bhatt were saying that unfortunately Sushant is going the Parveen Babi way. So it's very easy to make scripts saying that these people, whether it was Jiah or whether it was Sushant, were very weak-minded people, and that they could be swayed easily when that was not the truth. Yes. When Jiah was not depressed, Jiah was not emotionally upset because she had broken up with this boy. So this was all being cooked up.
Meena ji, you see her CCTV going down and telling the watchman, "Ki dustbin kidhar hai, lo ye guldasta phek do." Throw this away. Now somebody with that strong mind, somebody with that body language, as you can see, right? अगर वो इतना प्यार करती थी तो क्यों फूल फेंक दिए भाई उसने? और आप इतना प्यार करते हैं तो फिर आप क्यों खुशी? Why you're not celebrating that she has signed 6 films?
Yes.
Right? Why you're not celebrating that she's so happy and she wants to share that happiness with you? No, because you were jealous, and that is exactly what I'm trying to say, that this is one-way conversation. This is what Suraj has written to Jiah. What did Jiah must have said, "Oh, you're very jealous that I have signed these films. So that means you were not very happy for me, that I am progressing in my life. I'm progressing and my sister is coming and my mother is here. So you're not very happy to see me happy." I want to see Jiah's conversation in Suraj's phone, which is still locked down, and they are not retrieving it. And that is what CBI is asking the police now, the court. Why? Because the police has not given. So for 9 years, police has got the dupatta and they have got the BlackBerry, which they are not parting with. Because who knows, they have destroyed it. So the destruction is also the validation of the truth that Jiah Khan was murdered, and they know who did it.
Yeah. Deepti, would you like to add your bit here?
Yes. Let us keep every narrative aside. Let us come to the basic point here. The pics.
Here, one second, Deepti. I'd just like to tell the viewers, Deepti is not too well. Her throat has, gone for a toss. So please excuse her voice.
Yes, please. Okay. Please let me know if I am not clear. Okay.
Yeah.
See, 2 things. Whenever there is any case of unnatural death, okay, it's unspoken rule of any investigation, any police investigation. It is even taught in police manuals and trainings as well, that any case of unnatural death has to be treated as homicide unless proven otherwise. But both in Sushant's case and Jia's case, it seemed as if the police came to declare it as suicide. There was no crime scene reconstruction. The photographs which have appeared both of Jia and of Sushant's, they clearly show injury marks on the bodies. In case of Jia,
And
there was a
they are,
blow
and they
and
are
with a blunt object beneath the
uh,
chin.
they are
Okay. In case of Sushant, yes,
anti-mortem means
Raviji, please tell.
before death. The injuries are anti-mortem, which means
Yes.
before death.
Yeah. Yes, Deepti.
There is one thing. And Minaji, there has been no crime scene reconstruction.
Yes, which in
There has
Gazi's
no,
they constructed.
Yeah.
which in Jia's case also, they haven't even checked the height of the. I mean, is it possible for Jia to, put the towel, put the dupatta over the fan without using any aid or stool?
So
If it was not possible, was there any stool present at the place? There
I
was
will
no
tell.
crime scene reconstruction.
Yeah,
In Sushant's
sorry.
case as well, the height of Sushant, the height of bed, and yes, Rabia ji, I'm not able to hear you. Please.
Rabia ji?
Deepti, I want to say something. The prosecutor, you see, in my case, many prosecutors changed. And when the last CBI prosecutor came with his team into the crime scene, into the apartment where Jia was found hanging, he saw the location, the place where she was found, and he went through the entire apartment, and he said, according to the Panchnama, it looks like as if this is only one bedroom apartment, but here it is a two bedroom. And according to Panchnama, it shows that there is only one room that has a fan, whereas everywhere, even the kitchen has got the fan. And it shows that this was Jia's bedroom, whereas
Yeah.
that is the guest room. And he then immediately made it out by calculation, because he has done many cases. So by calculation, by reconstructing it there in his mind and with his team, that Jia's death never took place in that room but in her bedroom, and
Yes.
she was dragged and hanged over there.
Yes.
So when the prosecutor went in the following trial hearing, when he
Yes.
asked the relevant questions,
Yes.
the accused lawyer got alarmed. The
Yes.
defense got alarmed.
Rabia ji,
Immediately,
Rabia
that
ji,
prosecutor had to be thrown
Rabia
out.
ji, there is another thing.
Yeah.
There is another thing to support this theory of being dragged after being killed, because there was an injury mark on Ria's upper arms as well, as if some
Yes.
force was exerted. So this report, see, Minaji, whenever there is an unnatural death, first thing that has to happen is crime scene reconstruction.
Yes.
Second
Yes.
thing, and there are many other things like ligature marks report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even the post-mortem, it has to be videographed. There has to be videography. Now, when there is so much confusion around, let me come to Sushant's case. And CBI is saying since the past 9-10 months that it has not closed down any angle. Okay. So what exactly is happening? Because we are worried. In Jia Khan's case, it's been more than 8 years. Still, CBI has not been able to get hold of any proofs. It has not been able to even get hold of the dupatta and the tracksuit.
True.
The Juhu police blamed it on, the Juhu police says it sent it to the forensic laboratory. And the forensic laboratory says it sent it back to the Juhu police as is the norm. After doing the reports and all, they sent it back to its source. And CBI says that they never received it.
Yes.
See
And
here,
After 8.5
one thing.
years, yeah.
And
Yeah.
December 2017, it shows on the books that police went and submitted. Why did police go and submit it to the court? Why not give it to CBI when the case was with CBI?
Also,
Right.
another important point, Rabia ji, is that in midday paper, you had sent me a cutting where Aditya Pancholi has clearly told his son to remove all his messages.
Yes.
You remember? And this was the same thing that all this Ria and all did. The moment he died, everything from Instagram, everything was removed. So if it is a natural suicide, why are these people scared?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Look at their body language.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at Parvati, no remorse, nothing. Look at Aditya Pancholi and Suraj
Yeah.
Pancholi, no remorse, no tears, nothing. In fact, so worried to hide themselves, so worried to, completely remove all the evidences possible.
Yeah. See, viewers, I'd like to tell you one thing. See, when you see a mother like Rabia Khan, okay, see, she has reached a stage where, all her tears have dried up, okay, and now she's talking to you as a very, very logical, practical lady, talking about every aspect of the murder. We all know it's a murder. So, and she's telling you every aspect of it. Somewhere, all of us should feel the pain that she's undergoing, because instead of crying and making peace with her fate, she's still fighting a battle. And in this battle, if we do not join hands, she has no one, because the authorities are not doing anything. So it is absolutely painful, not only for her, but for all people who are fighting for justice. Okay,
Meena ji,
here another
Meena
aspect
ji,
that yeah, please.
I
Meena
want
ji,
to just ask Rabia ji one thing. Rabia
so
ji,
Yes.
like who has been
the police inspector who had concocted the story of the bouquet and breakup thing. Okay,
Deepti, I want
and later when the CBI admitted in court that, I'm sorry,
Deepti, you are asking a question to Rabia ji, something?
Rabia ji, yes, yes.
Yeah. Could you repeat
Rabia
that?
ji,
Yeah.
what I was asking is that, yes, one police inspector gave a concocted story of breakup bouquet. Later, CBI submitted the same in the court saying that it was concocted by the police, that
yes,
incident.
yes.
Okay. So here, was any action taken against that police who had concocted that story? Because we need to
Absolutely,
know this. The system has to
absolutely,
be fair. The system has to be equal for everyone.
absolutely. These officers will
So
never
was
be
any
questioned
action? Yeah.
by their
Yeah.
power.
See,
So
yeah. Another important thing for Rabia and Deepti, see, there is a very big similarity between these two cases, because it is very apparent that Suraj was fleecing Jiah Khan. Jiah was making a lot of money and Suraj was fleecing her. Similarly, in Sushant's case, also this was happening. With Ria and her brother, they were
yeah.
fleecing. Yeah.
Yes.
Rabia ji, can you tell us that, did you have any evidence or that Suraj was using her money?
Uh, every time, whenever they went out, it was Gia's credit card that was being paid.
Yeah.
Even their trips to Goa.
Yes.
And when Gia once it was 5th of April, Suraj Gia says that Suraj is inviting both of us for dinner at Punjab Grill. So I got ready and I went. He came in his Jaguar, which father gave him, never earned it, and we went to Punjab Grill. That's where I noticed that Gia pretended she's going towards the washroom,
Yeah.
and she went and paid the bill because Suraj received a phone call, and he went and he never paid the bill. So I told my daughter, I said, if it was your invitation, you should have said, "Mummy, I'm inviting both of you."
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you say that Suraj is inviting? Next time, me being a mother, I don't want any of the children paying my bills.
Yeah.
I will rather take you both, for dinners and all, which I did
Yeah.
to point. So many a times I've seen, even the jewelry, black diamond cross that she gave him,
Yeah.
was uh, uh, I think manufactured by Suraj's friend called Neelu. That's where she had given money for her little sister also to make jewelry that night.
Mm.
So that that pendant was about 1.5 to 2 lakhs of rupees, which
Yes.
she celebrated for his birthday and then
Yes.
flew to London. And she told us about it. So it was her generosity she
Yeah.
wanted to do. When I, in fact, pointed out that the boy is not making any money, Anju Mehendru told me that the father gives him 5,000 rupees a month.
Oh,
Now, for somebody for 5,000 rupees a month cannot go to all these high fly
no,
places
no, he can't.
and restaurants,
Mm.
right? So it was Gia who was giving him that kind of exposure. But
Yeah.
that's okay because it was Gia's money. Gia was earning it. And she said, Mommy, I'm earning and I'm spending, so what? She didn't mind. And neither we felt bad about it, because I had been living in London, and these things I see, if I'm spending, he's spending, and all, it doesn't make a difference to us. So
Now
I didn't.
here, yeah.
But abusive relationship, you're sucking off all the money and then abusing her. You're like a parasite, and then controlling her. That is empowerment. That
See,
is you're trying to
yeah,
take all the power.
here I would like to raise another doubt. Of course, viewers, I'm sure you will know where I'm going with this. Okay, now the people who were in contact with Jiah right from the start of her career seem to be very similar to the people who Deepti has been quoting in her diary. Okay, so we are talking about Akshay Kumar, we are talking about Mahesh Bhatt, we are talking about Amitabh Bachchan, we are talking about people who
Suraj
seem to
Pancholi.
have Suraj Pancholi. So they seem to be a very terrible link, behind all this. And I'm sure Rabia ji, with her innocence, doesn't realize that perhaps this is all earlier planned when they saw that Jiah was first of all not only intelligent, she was very smart, she was beautiful, and she could be also the fact that when you see a person, you can make out that the person is a pure soul. So perhaps they knew that they could use her to good effect. And so this would have been very well planned, as they did in Sushant's case. What do you say, Deepti, about that? Am I going on the right track?
Yes, Meenaji, because
Deepti?
when
Yeah.
I was decoding Sushant's drives, also,
Yes.
yeah, also it's written that it's a pre-planned thing and some money was transferred from being human account to the
Yeah.
commissioner's account. Okay, right, just 2 months before Jia's death. Okay, and Sushant apparently had been doing a lot of investigations into her death, and he had been conversing with Mahesh Bhatt also. Ria was leaking information to Mahesh Bhatt when Sushant told her that he was going to hold a press conference and expose
Yes.
Salman Khan's
Yeah.
connections in
Yes.
Jia Khan's murder brush-up case, in saving the Pancholis, the father-son duo. This is the word he used.
Yes.
In saving the
Yes.
father-son duo who were responsible for Jia Khan's murder, Salman
Yes.
Khan was connected to it. Okay, so these are common names, Mahesh Bhatt. Okay, and again, Sushant's life, Riya Chakravarti,
Yeah.
she is also closely connected to Mahesh Bhatt.
Yeah.
Can I say
Yes.
something?
Please. Please. Please.
I remember, there was some ex-girlfriend of Aditya Pancholi who had come on my direct messages and
Yes. Yes.
introduced
Yeah.
me to his sister, and that is when I discovered that actually that they are using Salman Khan. No,
Yes.
basically, all the money is the father's, and father wants his son. He's so desperate for his son to
Yeah.
become probably an
Famous.
icon or like mentor Salman Khan.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he actually started behaving that he's Salman Khan.
Yeah.
He was very boisterous to Jia. In many places, Jia and myself laughed, and we also she did a mimicry about him, about how he used to talk about Salman Khan,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
every time he would say that, oh, Salman is calling me here, Salman is calling, and Salman is okay with our relationship. If Salman is not okay with your relationship, so you'll break it. I mean, what is this? We
Yeah.
laughed.
Yeah.
So he told us, this ex-girlfriend of Aditya Pancholi, that, by the way, it's not Kangna Ranawat, but somebody else. God knows how many girlfriends he had. So
Yes.
she
Yes.
told us that it was the money that he has put, a lot of money he has put in being human. So they were using, probably he must have done a great favor to Salman Khan. Now he wants to use that favor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what happens. And
Here,
it was not, they were actually using him.
yeah.
You,
Here also. Yeah. Here
to shield
also.
their own
Yeah.
son.
Yes. Here also, one thing I would like to mention to the viewers is that, uh, these very people would have realized that Jiah was very close to her mother and her sisters. So the first thing that they did was to try to alienate the mother, from the daughter,
Alienate her. Alienate,
Isolate.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
just like they did it with Sushant.
yes. Isolate her.
exactly.
Yes,
Isolate.
yeah.
But
And they did. They also knew that Rabia Khan was very strong lady, and that she was not going to give in so easily.
I don't know about that, because when
Meenaji,
it happened, I was completely broken. broken from inside out. It was like my soul has been, sucked out of my
No,
body.
I'm not talking about that, Rabia ji. I'm talking
Yeah.
about before she died.
Before she died, yes.
Yes,
No, he
yes,
knew very well that Jia's weakness is her mother and
yes,
her.
yeah.
He knew
Sisters.
it very well and he used it. Because when I told him on 28th, Suraj, you want space, so give space to my daughter. You are playing too many games. So can you please just lay off? So he said, oh, you're confusing me. I said, no, you are confusing me. You came to me to asking for space. So that did not go very well because the day I arrive on 2nd from Kashmir, she arrives on 3rd, and you know, and her sister is arriving that night, and that is the night that he thought, this is the night that I'm going to chakara take her. She's not going anywhere. She's not going to London. She's going to the graveyard.
Also,
How I felt about it.
yeah. Also, Rabia ji, see in one of the chats, see he very clearly, she very clearly accuses him of going to parties and having, flirting with the other women. So he was using her money. He was flirting with other women. He had absolutely no sincerity with this Jiah. So yes, Deepti, you were saying something.
Meena ji, I have to say something.
Yeah,
No,
That
please,
I
please.
mean,
loved
um,
loved her so much.
Uh,
He would have been fighting for her. That how she died. I want to know how she died. She was love of my life, right? Not crucify the family. That after
yeah.
2 you go and put a poster on the magazine cover of Society saying, "I have no
Yes.
sympathy for mother."
So this is something, viewers, I'd like to tell you that Suraj Pancholi and his father Aditya Pancholi appeared on the cover of Stardust. Now, Stardust is belonged to Nari Hira, one of the top film magazines at that time. And the story that they ran was Suraj was saying that, see, I have no sympathy for Rabia Khan. Okay, so what does he mean by that?
Yeah,
A
exactly.
mother has just lost her daughter, and in a most painful manner, and you say that you don't have any sympathy for her. I mean, she was your girlfriend, right?
Remorseless. And
Yeah,
I have to address one more point, Meena ji, about Miss Kangana Nawat, that she knew the father, and on Aapki Adalat she exposed Aditya Pancholi
yes,
in daylight. That how his conduct was towards her.
yes, yes,
Now, when Gia passed away, she knew what the father and what the family is all about. And
yeah,
not a word. Instead, she was maligning Gia, saying that, oh, it's her mental state. How does she know that Gia's mental state is that? How does Moin Beg, who was there as a witness, who came with Aditya Pancholi that night, how does he know that Surat Pancholi is being accused of a murder? CBI never said it's a murder. CBI said he's accused of abetment.
yeah,
So why is he saying murder? And
yeah,
uh,
Aditya Panch, I asked my son 3 times,
Rabiaji,
did you do it? So
Ra-
why
yeah,
did the father ask the son, did you do it? So that
yeah,
means they know that what son is capable of.
yeah, yeah. Yes, Deepti,
Deepti, I took your
Deepti,
space.
yeah,
no, even in Sushant's drives, it's mentioned that he too is confused as to Kangana
yeah,
Ranawat, who is
yes,
usually very vocal about everything. Okay,
yes,
when how can she be the one of the first people to float depression theories about Jia Khan when she met the same kind of abusive behavior from the father of Jia Khan's boyfriend?
yes,
Oh,
He also asked why didn't Kangana the instinctive action should be like father like son, but here that didn't happen. Instead, Kangana Rawat, who also claims to be victim of abuse and misbehavior by Aditya Pancholi, instead of saying like father like son, she floats. She is the first one to float depression theory about Jia Khan.
yeah, mm,
So here something is not matching up actually.
yeah, yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
In fact, even Sushant's case, she went into nepotism, stating that he was depressed because of nepotism.
Yeah.
And
Rabiji, yeah.
those
Rabiji, there's a question. There's a question for you from Monica. She says, "Could you ask Rabiji when Suraj was promoting the Hero movie, why did he come to interview and cite that Miss Rabia was missing court appointment dates?"
listen, I have to tell this lady that the court, the case was shut by the police, and he was released. He was completely out. I am the one who collected evidences, went to the forensic doctors, and reopened the case. It is because of me today the case is going on, and the case has not been closed. Our next hearing, because of COVID, there is date after date. But my now next hearing is this month, sometime next week, 16th of next week. And where have we landed? We have landed where CBI today is asking for the evidences from the court, which police never gave them. So it was me, and because of COVID, I can't travel to India. I had been going. Who went to Supreme Court? You know, the judges don't do anything without the victims' relatives or somebody standing there. Today, what is happening with Sushant's case? No
Yes.
sisters, nobody goes, but the lawyer goes.
Yes.
But in my case, I had been going. I had been traveling twice a month from London, twice a month for last 8 years. You can calculate that. And it is expensive, but who counts that? And then the machinery, judiciary machinery, is also works on the fuel of money.
Yes.
It doesn't come free. So I had been going, and it was the audacity of Surat Pancholi to say that I am not coming, and that is why it is crawling. It is not crawling. They are the one who are opposing us. They are the one who had taken CBI under their wings because of the pressure of Maharashtra government, who was putting pressure on CBI and stalling the case.
Yes.
Because they are very influential. I am not. I'm a common mother, and I have given birth to jiah. I raised her to that length, to that height and growth, and I'm fighting for her.
Yeah. And also,
because it's my dharma, it is my right, my duty. Same
Yes.
like Deepti. Deepti
Yes.
is fighting on a dharma of humanity.
yes. And also, Rabia ji, I remember I read an interview by Zarina Wahab, who was saying that, see, her son is innocent and her husband is also innocent, and these people. So she said that all the others are speaking rubbish. I mean, how can a mother protect someone, who is, under the needle of suspicion, and when there's so much proof that he has abused a young girl?
Meena ji, I am a mother, and I will not say anything for Zarina Wahab. I feel sorry that how much sleepless nights she must be having a husband and the son, of that nature. So my thing is, even the criminal is not guilty of abusing jiah. Criminal is not guilty of forcing our abortion. Criminal is not guilty. You tell me which icon, Bollywood icon, is guilty even hitting Aishwarya Rai or hitting other stars and hitting women, for instance.
Yeah.
They are not guilty. So Surat Pancholi is not guilty. He is not. It is the others. It is the CBI. He's telling the police and the CBI, you prove me that I'm guilty. He doesn't want to speak the truth because he wants others to speak his truth.
Yeah. See,
And this is how the system works.
Yeah. Also, viewers, see why we are making this louder and louder. Our protest, about these deaths is because we want to make sure that the people who are listening, the federal agencies, as well as the government is listening under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and also the fact that, the public are not going to take any more of this kind of nonsense, because as I listed, the number of deaths we have said after and before Sushant died, and there are many other deaths that have happened before this. Now, if the people don't act, we are talking about if the federal agencies don't act, and if the government is not serious about this, then they can expect a lot from the public, because this time people are not going to lie low and take all this kind of nonsense.
Exactly.
Yeah, Deepti, you wanted to say something.
Yes, Meenaji, I want to say something here. See, this is not about present government or any government, this party, that party. This is happening since 1993. I mean, on records. I will tell you one thing here. Not only Bollywood, not only the agencies, but everything has been taken over by this nexus.
Yes.
There's the criminalization of the system, the judiciary, the agencies, the media, the mainstream media. And because we have seen instances where the mainstream media is promoting the drug. I mean, even after Samir Vankade sir, confirmed on one of the YouTube channels shows that Sushant was not a druggie.
Yes.
Still, the mainstream media goes ahead and is publishing headlines. It's not out of ignorance. It's a very calculated move.
Yeah.
It's glorifying
Sushant's
the
drugs case. Yes, Sushant's drugs case. They are giving the misleading headlines where they cannot be held accountable, but that
Yeah.
it will be brainwashed into people. Sushant's drugs case. It's not Sushant's drugs case. It's a Sushant's murder case or death case.
exactly, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. And it is a trend. It's a new trend to glorify the criminals and
Yes.
make
And
them.
Rabia ji, it's not just, that Aditya Pancholi is someone very powerful or influential. The backing they have,
Is immense.
yes, immense. You see some a website like WikiLeaks,
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It keeps changing the height of Sushant as per the convenience, just to
Yes.
shoot the theory of hanging
Yeah.
to match that height.
Here,
Just
Rabia
imagine the
ji.
influence.
Yes, Rabia ji, here a lady, Sky Highs makes an important point. In Suraj's recent interview for Time to Dance, the interviewer asked him about the jiah incident, I think, and he said mistakes were made. What mistake was he talking about then if he claims he wasn't involved?
Well, his father that night comes to me and says, "मेरे गांडू लड़के ने अपने करियर की वाट लगा दी." तो सबसे बड़ी मिस्टेक तो यही हो गई ना,
Yeah.
करियर की वाट लगा दी। फिर दूसरा कहता है कि मैंने उसको बहुत कहा था कि डोंट रिपीट द मिस्टेक्स दैट आई हैव मेड। अब उसने के बाप ने कितनी मिस्टेक्स की होंगी जो ये कर रहा है।
Absolutely.
फिर तीसरी बात कहता है, अरे ये तो बच्ची थी, ये तो बच्ची थी, मैंने इसको तो बहुत कहा था कि तुम उसके साथ मत रहो।
नहीं राबिया जी, यहाँ पे
So,
कंसर्न क्या है
so
जानते हैं आप?
Jia was not a bachi. Jia was not a bachi.
सॉरी, तो वो फादर जिसने अपने लड़के को था उस रात को, तू मुझे बता, तूने किया ये, कि तूने किया ये। अगर ये सुसाइड था तो वो कह देता कि अरे यू नो इट वुड हैव बीन अ डिफरेंट थ्योरी।
Yes.
बाप अपने बच्चे से ये तो नहीं पूछ रहा कि ये तूने किया है। फिर उसके बाद में तू मुझे सच बता दे, 2-4 थप्पड़ खा ले और फिर हम इसको साफ करेंगे। अब सारी दुनिया लग गई है, सीबीआई भी लग गई, पुलिस भी लग गई, सारी कायनात, पूरी बॉलीवुड लग गई है उसको साफ करने में। आप समझ रहे हैं? सेम थिंग दिशा सालियन बेचारी, वो बच्ची का तो कोई बोलता नहीं है, कोई बात ही नहीं करता है। मेरी रूह कांपती है उसका केस सुनकर। एज अ मदर एंड एज अ धर्म, एज माई ड्यूटी एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग ऑल्सो, right? Like you and Deepti are doing. You people are also doing. It's a duty of every individual to stand and raise voice. You know, हद हो गई है। नहीं तो फिर जुडिशरी निकाल दो, कोर्ट कचहरियां निकाल दो, पुलिस भी निकाल दो, रहने दो अपनी फांसी पर।
Such a lovely, cute personality like Disha.
हाँ,
And
overnight
what a
suddenly मर गए।
cruel death she has been given. What an insulting death.
No.
And it's a
Deepti,
shame, I will tell you, it's a
Deepti,
shame her
yeah.
parents are silent. It's a
Yeah.
shame her
Deepti?
parents are silent.
Yeah, Deepti,
They
a
should
lady,
learn.
Runa is asking you, can we sign individual petition for SSR, jiah, and then submit to the agencies, PMO, and directly to PMO? We need to put pressure on the agencies as they are under politically motivated. Thank you. Do you think this would have effect, Deepti? A petition?
See,
And
but
point I
I
have to say,
spoke.
Deepti, just a minute. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
remember Black Lives Matters?
Yeah.
Life Matters happened globally,
Yeah.
and these lives also matter. If that
Yes.
movement will come out, these lives matter. These lives of these people, innocent people, matter to us, to every individual citizen. Then, and that movement starts. That is when they will wake up. Listen, people are not going to take. They are not foolish. We cannot give our own narrative to people who have got their intellect.
Yes.
Please,
Yeah, Meena ji. Something like Anna Hazare movement or the
Yes.
Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, because see, we have made every attempt. There are different people, different warriors. They are sending petitions to the agencies, to the authorities. They are tagging them. They are making innumerable reports. In Jiah Khan's case as well, there's a very eminent panel of forensic experts, especially a special mention of Jason Payne. Okay,
Yeah.
looking at the photographs and all, okay, he has given a detailed report that can no way,
Yeah.
this can no way be due to strangulation. There are many,
Yes.
many contradictions. Similarly, in
Yes.
Sushant's case as well,
Yeah.
many forensic experts have come forward on videos and they have,
Yeah.
with detailed reasoning, they have explained
Yeah.
why it cannot be due to hanging as being claimed by the police. Right?
Yes.
So, in spite of all this, it's not that the authorities are not aware, it's not that the agencies are not aware. Everyone is aware. But
Jason,
there is.
Dr. Jason said that in Jiah's Khan's case, he gives an authentication and said that I can help the court because this is a staged homicide.
Yes.
This is a stage. The child was strangulated by others
Yes.
and was staged. So it is very categorically. And
Yeah.
Meenaji, I have to say the most important point was that when I went to the head of the CBI in the headquarters,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was sitting with the very high-ranked dignitaries over there.
Yeah.
They asked the officer concerned on my case, "Where is the ligature?" He had no answer. "Where are the evidences?" He had
Yeah.
no answer. So he said, "Did you prematurely file the charge sheet?" And that is why, from that point, CBI has started raising questions in the court that
Yeah.
please give us the evidences.
Yeah.
Because they have got a very strong order from the headquarters of CBI to collect the evidences. Go to the court and get it.
So, Rabia ji, at the moment, what is the status of the case?
This is what this is exactly the status is. For last 2 years, CBI is just asking the court to give the evidences so that they can send to the forensic laboratory for analysis.
Yes.
Now they want only two things, whereas my lawyer, as Surat Police says that I'm not coming to the court, my lawyers are representing me. They are my voice and they are me, right? So they are requesting the court that CBI should question the authorities, the police officers who have actually completely sabotaged the case. On who's saying they did created this concocted story? Who was the officer who concocted it? Under whose pressure? All this truth has to come out.
Yeah.
Because those officers also should be questioned, because they will keep repeating the pattern like Parambir. Parambir was repeating the pattern which was done by the CP who was in Jiah Khan's case.
Yes. Yes.
You understand me? So he was
Yes.
repeating. It was not some new pattern Parambir was following.
So here, Deepti, you could tell us. We see there seems to be a parallel government that's happening, that's working in
No,
Maharashtra. Can you tell me a bit about that? Yeah.
This term, parallel government that you have used now, Minaji, it is exactly mentioned in Vora report. It is a 100-page report, out of which only 11 pages have been made public.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are names of some big politicians in that as having, links with the underworld, the people involved in Mumbai 93 blast, terrorists, bureaucrats, leaders, politicians, some at that point of some important leaders from Congress and NCP were mentioned. That has the names have never come out.
Yeah.
Even when it was in 1993, this report was made after 3 months from Mumbai blast. And then Vora, who recently served as governor of Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. Okay.
Yes.
Under him, the Vora committee report was made. Okay. There it clearly mentioned that there is a parallel government running. Okay, which is controlled by the mafia.
Yeah. Can
Why
you
is it
just
happening?
yeah? Can you just elaborate that for our viewers?
But what I'm saying, Meenaji, these drives that Deepti has got,
Yeah. Yeah.
why the family of Sushant not keen to even look into it? This is one question that comes into my mind, because all my evidences which were not part of the charge sheet, I went to Supreme Court and High Court and got submitted to the court. Why the family of Sushant Singh or the lawyer not contacting Deepti and acquiring it and through the court submitting it to the CBI? This is my question that I wanted to even ask Deepti. That little concern. You've got to show some concern. Whether they are his brothers or, like my daughters, they are fighting for their sister. Every day there is something or the other message or some conversation. In our conversation, we never miss out jiah. So I am
Meena
also
ji,
quite intrigued about this, which I'm asking Deepti. If
Yeah,
she
yes.
Deepti,
has,
please. Yeah.
Yeah, here Rabia ji, without any support from within the system, any acquaintance from influential people in India, okay, if she can fight this hard a battle against the system, how can Sushant, whose one brother-in-law is of the rank of commissioner in
Police. Yes.
police,
Yes.
and another one is an advocate, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. When they have such high influential people in there, how come they are so silent? How come the lawyer is so silent? See, the lawyer can exert pressure. The lawyer can exert pressure on
lawyer should control.
the court. The
The lawyer
court,
should
or
those
through CVC, they can exert pressure on the CBI to expedite the findings,
exactly.
the
Yes.
filing of the findings.
See now,
Okay.
yeah, see, Deepti, I would just like to, before you continue, I'd just like to make a small note, Deepti. See, there was a big news that the lawyer that you're talking about bought a very expensive home in Delhi, in one of the
No,
most
he
posh
got
areas in Delhi.
no.
Recently.
Yes, miss.
Yes, yes.
He has been very lucky recently. He was also promoted to as the president of bar council of.
Okay. So there,
But
so that made a lot of people suspicious, Deepti.
we are talking
So
about. Let me make clear that we are on the
the
same page. Minaji,
the family's lawyer.
They have been
I won't.
compromised.
No, I won't go to that extent without any proof,
See, we are
Rabia ji.
not
But
sure,
yes,
Rabia ji.
we are not
This is
sure.
the question that
But
people are asking because his
yes,
silence
and these are
makes
valid
people
questions.
upset. Yeah.
So there, yeah,
Minaji,
there could be
Minaji,
things. Either
Rabia ji, I want to make one thing clear here. Okay, there are some valid questions here. Exactly after 1 month from Sushant's death, okay, we have one family member of his brother-in-law, OP Singh, promoted as the commissioner. Okay, promoted to the level of commissioner.
Yeah.
Then, ideally, what should happen? This case should have seen results.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen. And again, we had some hope when Vikas Singh was, promoted as the president of the Bar Council
Yeah.
Association in Supreme Court. So then also we expected that the case will move forward. I mean, the pace will pick up. We have the people at the right place. So the question here is that when Ramya ji, who never had any people within the agency or the judiciary, if she could give such a fight, how come Sushant, who has people, who has his own people at the right place,
very valid,
okay,
very valid,
okay,
valid. And
except
I
the fans making the noise,
Yeah.
why is there so much silence and no action from anyone?
absolutely, they must have been given an assurance. You wait, we will give you justice. So be patient and be quiet about it. We are working at it. They must have been given some, or there must be some complicity. Now, when I saw my initial lawyer, is not to the mark, I changed him. I went to the other one, and then I went to other one, and I had been having different counsels. So I had been picking and the voices who will represent me, and I will carry
I,
on because I
Minaji,
need the answers. I need
Yes.
the answers.
Yes. Yeah.
Rabia ji,
Yes,
I just
Deepti.
want to
Yeah.
pass one message to Sushant's family, to his father especially. ठीक है. I know, my heart says that how saddened he is, how saddened Sushant's father is, and how he too wants the truth to come out and justice to happen. My heart says that. So, sir, but what I would like to say here is that if you are being threatened or if you are being pressurized in any way, the best way is not to be silent. The best way is to come out in the open, come out in the public. Silence is no more golden. It's a one small message I want to pass on to the family members of Sushant. If you are feeling threatened by anyone, be it anyone in the agency or anyone from the authority, The best thing that can guarantee your safety is come out in the open, make a video, request security for yourself from the Prime Minister, make everyone accountable. Silence will not help, it is only worsening things.
Deepti, I remember when I said the moment I saw my daughter, "Hi, ये किसने इसको मार दिया?" So Anju Mehndru saying नहीं ये केस सुसाइड का है, जैसे कि उसको वो थी वहाँ पर और वो जानती है कि ये सुसाइड है. Secondly, and then she started immediately saying, "राबिया चुप हो जा, नहीं तो ये लोग इतने डेंजरस हैं, ये तेरे को मरवा देंगे, मार देंगे." जब जिसकी बेटी चली गई है, वो माँ कैसे फियरफुल हो सकती है? हाँ, मुझे बताइए, जिसका बेटा चला गया वो बाप कैसे फियरफुल हो सकता है? अरे मौत से डरना, मौत से अगर इतना डर लगता था तो जो कहते कि हम मर जाएंगे तुम्हारे लिए, तो तुम क्यों नहीं मर गए?
See, another thing, Deepti ji, another thing. See, what people, now I'm telling you from the viewpoint of the viewers, okay, is that, see, there was a fire in CBI headquarters in Delhi. Now, this is a very suspicious fire that has happened. Now, people are worried that whether anything would have been destroyed in the process. But one thing I want to ask you, Deepti and Rabia ji, is that, see, normally they would keep copies of whatever is given, isn't it?
Nowadays, everything is digitalized. Everything is digitalized nowadays. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is.
जी, if it suits them, they'll say कि फाइल नहीं है. बट मुझे तो ये बताइए, आपने कलेक्ट क्या किया? जब आपको मेरे केस में for 9 years you couldn't collect the evidences. What evidence you have collected in Sushant's case or Disha's case? So you have collected nothing. So there is no file over there. There is no file opened. Everything is in Maharashtra.
Yeah.
So if CBI says कि फाइल जल गई है, सीबीआई के पास वो 20 साल के गड़े मुर्दे उखाड़ देते हैं, तो वो जली फाइल surface कर देंगे. They are so competent.
Yeah. Another thing, see, Deepti, another thing that I want to ask is that why are the CBI not prone to questions? Now the public has every right to ask them questions. Okay. Now Sameer Wankhede and his team are answering a lot of questions. Okay. He always there is a lot of transparency in what Sameer Wankhede does. Why is there no transparency in what the CBI is doing? Why? What is so this thing about them that they can't answer? Okay, they're saying that they should file a report before they do that. Can you explain that to us, Deepti?
See, I believe transparency is proportional to honesty. Okay, if they are saying that if we come out and say anything that will hamper the investigations, if they are saying that, okay, what is stopping you from saying what you have found out about the reason of the death? How can it hamper? How can it hamper any investigation? Let us say, okay, don't take names. Don't take names. Okay.
Yeah.
No, are you saying, is the CBI trying to tell this to us that they are not even doing any interrogation of suspects for the fear of electing them? Where is the logic? I mean, you're not doing any investigations for the fear of electing them?
Meena ji, investigation means you find
so
light
for
in
what
the
are the investigations?
Meena, investigation means you find light in the darkest corner.
Yes.
Has got those drives. Did CBI or the family lawyer or
Meena
anyone?
Rabia ji.
Yeah, Deepti?
Yeah, Rabia ji. One thing, see, all this talk about, shoddy investigations and money and influence, taking over everything from judiciary to law and order and everything. And law is not equal for everyone. One of the fundamental rights of Indians is that equality before law. That is not there here. There's a separate law for the influential and the people with money. There's a separate law for the common citizens. Okay, that is not acceptable. First thing, Minaji. Another good thing is that we have a platform where we are able to discuss this. We have a Prime Minister whose intention is to do good for the country. We have a Home Minister, Amit Shah ji. Irrespective of whatever propaganda is spread about him, Amit Shah ji is a person who genuinely wants good for the country.
Yes.
And these people, these both are tied up. There are jackals around them, as Sushant has mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, there are. And the political structure of our country is so pathetic. Okay. I mean, like a chunk of them have criminal backgrounds. Lawmakers of a country, I'm talking about. A chunk of them, they are they are crore-patis, millionaires.
See here, Deepti,
Okay.
here, now the new crop of ministers who have come up are totally different. So Narendra Modi has the intention of changing the system and cleaning the system,
Yes,
because all
exactly.
those people who have been selected are very highly qualified and very, very clean to the core. So now I
Yes,
think the intention is to clean up the system. Now this is
exactly.
not a quick process.
Clean up
Yeah.
the
And
judiciary system.
Minaji, Rabia ji, one
Judiciary
thing we
system.
want to make it clear to Modi ji and Amit Shah ji and honest people like Rajnath ji is that people are not fools to discredit you for
Yeah.
the mistakes of people, other ministers in your party.
Yes.
The respect for you people and the trust on you people will increase hundredfold
Yeah.
if you kick out the people, even if they belong to your party. The respect for you people will go hundredfolds more.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Waze and
So
Paramveer
so nothing. So
case
so
has
please do not
exposed.
feel, yeah. So please do not feel pressurized or compelled by the politics that has happening around.
Yeah.
Okay.
See here,
Modi ji wanted
Deepti.
to make the,
Yeah,
yeah ji.
Deepti. Here, see for example, the lady who was in charge of women and child development, she has been removed. Okay, she has been removed. I'm not talking about the minister. I'm talking about the one below her. Okay, she's been removed. So that is a very powerful message, because child trafficking and women trafficking was at its highest. So that is a clear message that the prime minister has given. So there are things
Exactly.
happening, Deepti. Yes,
and
yes,
and the
Yes, and
minister,
that's why I wanted to pass this
Mr.
clear message to him as well, that
yeah,
we are with him. We are with
yes,
him.
Mr.
yeah.
Rane said
Rabia
that
ji.
Khan's case is a case of murder, not suicide.
Yes, yes,
Why did
yes,
he say such a strong word? And
yeah,
if somebody of that caliber is saying, the police should have taken it serious, no? But they took
yes,
Kangana Ranaut's word serious of
yeah,
nepotism, and
yeah.
not Mr. Khan's, who was saying that Khan's case should be looked into as murder.
Now,
This is what
Deepti,
I'm saying.
yeah. Now, Deepti, see for the viewers, what can they do to make this effort even more serious? Now, we have already gone beyond many stages. Okay. Now, what is the next step that the public who are with us and the viewers who are with us can do to sort of hasten this process of the deaths of all these people, to get us justice?
See, Minaji, Rabeji, unfortunately, due to this situation around, pandemic situation around, we cannot do Anna Hazare kind of movement.
Yeah.
We cannot do gatherings. That would have been the best.
Yeah.
That would have been the best course if the entire country had come out on the streets
Yeah. Yeah.
and demanded action. That would have
Yeah.
been best. But now, because of this pandemic, that is not advisable.
Yeah.
So I too am looking for answers actually. I
Yes.
too want to, see, it's not no unknown to anyone that everyone knows what happened to Sushant.
No,
Everyone
what
knows
I'm
what happened to
suggesting,
Jiah
see, for
now.
example, Deepti, for example, see, a panel could be formed by certain, people like Rabia ji, certain people who can approach the government, with a certain format, a letter, saying that, see, these are the things we have noticed happening, the millions of deaths that are happening, which are going uncovered. Okay. Now, can something, can you address this, and how can you address it? So I feel that, see, if there is a group of people, strong people, who approach the government, and say that the public is behind us and we need answers for this. So is there something we could do in that manner, Deepti? And
This is a fabulous idea, Minaji. This is a super fantastic idea. I don't know why it didn't strike me.
No,
But
I
if
think
people are ready,
Yeah.
if people are ready, Rabia ji, yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes,
You,
Rabia ji.
you are,
See,
you are, you are a victim of the injustices done by the system. Okay,
Deepti, you have to
I,
understand
I,
very and this somebody with the guts within that system of law enforcement, if they want to clean it, it will be cleaned. If they do not take the bullshit of nonsense, like in my case, whenever the judge raised a relevant question, she was changed. And whenever my lawyer, the prosecutor, uh, raised relevant questions, he was changed. So if
Rabia
the
ji,
corruption is not within those law enforcement's mind, you understand me, then it will be a clean
nahi Rabia
system.
ji,
They are the system. System is made by
Rabia
these
ji,
people.
if that is not, Rabia ji, let me complete, please. If that is not happening,
But that needs to happen. They are the ones who can do it. We
Rabia ji,
as
if that is,
Dharma, we will raise our voice.
Rabia
You
ji,
are raising voice, we are raising
no,
voice.
see, we are raising voice and
Yeah.
still nothing is happening. That's the reason we now have to try a different approach. Rabiji, kindly hear me out, please. Yeah,
Yes, please
Rabiji,
continue.
kindly hear me
Deepti,
out.
continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have been raising voices. Okay. We have been sending petitions. We have been sending letters. We have been filing RTIs. So still nothing is happening. So now is the time to try a different approach. That is what Amina ji is saying. Okay. You have been trying individually till now. I was trying individually till now for Sridevi ji's case. And now for Sushant, there is a movement here. So now, what we can try, what we can, let me complete, please, Rabia ji, let me complete. What we can do now is that come together. You, you are victim of the system, the injustice has done by the system. Me, regarding what happened to me in Sri Deviji's case. Meena ji, because she is the voice of so many people. Some advocate,
From,
one or two
yes,
advocates. Yes,
yes,
someone
yes,
from, yeah, someone from like this forensic expert. Okay,
yes,
so some we can actually prepare meet the prime minister because he is the person
yes,
whom we have hopes for.
yes,
We
absolutely.
can meet the
And there is
prime
a new law
minister. We can
minister
set up a
also.
meeting. Yes,
Yes,
we can set law minister, home minister, prime minister. We can all actually set up a meeting. We
yes,
present them the facts. We present them
yeah,
what has happened in the media, everything,
yeah,
and that will be actually the starting ground for any sort of positive thing. I think this is a
yes,
fantastic
absolutely,
idea if this can be
absolutely.
raised.
I have to give one
Yeah,
example of Brazil,
yeah,
which I was reading. It is in the hand of Prime Minister. The
yes,
day he decides and he sets a strict rule, a
yeah,
hammer, literally under the hammer, then like how
And
what
this
happened?
meeting, Rabia ji, this meeting will
What,
set the
what happened?
foundation for that thing.
All
What you're
those
saying.
judges,
yeah,
even judges who were corrupt, they were sentenced, they were
yeah,
put behind bars. And what
yeah,
happened? They cleaned the system.
yes,
They clean. So when you are punishing these authorities, like Vazia and Parambir is inside today, why?
yeah,
Because they've been caught in a very prime case,
yes,
right? But every case is a very prime case. Our
yes,
children's death is also a very prime case.
yeah,
Our children, if they are not icons, they
yeah,
are icons in our life.
yes,
Your children are icons in your life.
yes,
I think
Rabia ji.
it
Ravish,
is.
I think I see a ray of hope with what Meenaji suggested just now. Okay, what you're seeing, the Brazil kind of thing is very much possible, and that is
yes,
possible only with Modi ji at the helm.
yes,
Yes.
This
yes,
What
meeting actually will set the
happen?
tone. Rabiaji, please
yeah,
listen me out. This meeting will
yeah,
set the tone actually. This will give the much required momentum required for Modi ji to take the necessary action.
yes,
And
yes,
this meeting, I am talking about this meeting. We will have forensic experts with us. We will have
yes, yes,
people like I will personally try to contact NN Moharaji or Meena ji has
yes,
many contacts. Likewise,
yes,
people who want to do actually, we can actually in the presence of Prime Minister, Home Minister, and Law Minister, we can have a public to
yeah,
the higher authorities discussion, our concerns, and this will set the tone for any
yes,
content.
yeah.
Modi ji needs
And
our
viewers,
support, and
and
actually
viewers,
we
we
should
need
do
your
this.
support. We need
Energy.
your support, and any support that you can give us, any connections, any links, do give us so that we make this happen.
Meena ji, my last word before I leave is that these deaths that has happened, they are now the global questions.
Yes.
They have gone so globally. They've spread like fire that
Yeah.
everyone is questioning the justice system of India. So it's
Yes.
and Modi ji has taken India on that map, world map, to the highest level. So
Yes.
cleaning this system will also help India and give Modi ji such a height, such a strong
Exactly.
figure that he really cleaned India.
Yes.
We are with
Okay.
you, Moji
So
ji,
we
in
will
this
work on these
Swachh
lines.
Bharat
Yeah, we'll
mission.
work on these lines. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Actual Swachh
Deepti,
Bharat
we'll work
mission.
on, yeah, we'll work on these lines and let's see how we progress and ultimately get some result on this.
This is very much possible, Meena ji. Just we
Yeah.
need to, yeah,
Yeah. So
pull out the
backstage,
right strings.
viewers, we will be doing a lot of work, and whatever help you can give us, important contacts who can join us in this movement, please let us know, and we will, Deepti, Rabia ji, and we will seriously think about it and do it. Okay. So that's
Meena ji,
Thank
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we are ending this with a positive
you.
a
outcome.
positive.
Thank you very
This
much.
session has
Yeah.
been very constructive.
Yes.
Thank you, Rabia ji.
Thank you, ladies. Yeah. Thank you. Beautiful session, and we'll speak
Thank you,
later.
Meena ji.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much,
Bye bye.
Deepti. Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.